The figure's creator had made Rudolph's eyes glow red instead of his nose. Oops, someone's manufacturing mistake was my good fortune. Kurt's jaw worked, and his sapphire blue eyes blazed with irritation. I was obsessed with all things Christmas. The 1st of November marked the day decorating began. Normally, though, I kept it tasteful, but after Kurt had gone on his Save the Turkey campaign at Thanksgiving, I'd gone a little overboard to get some revenge. Kurt had nearly brought me to my knees with his lack of organization and untidiness, and by sewing Kurt's roomie labels in my clothes and mixing up my perfectly color-coded sticky note lists. I was a bit of a neat freak. Everything had a place and an order. Kurt tended to be the exact opposite. Out in the living room, Frosty began to sing on his timer. I snickered, while Kurt blew out an exasperated breath. Honestly, I had turned the apartment we shared into something of a nightmare this season. Rudolph's lyrics tapered off, leaving Frosty to sing on his own. Shifting, Kurt cocked an eyebrow. My eyes dropped to the chest I laid my head against, the arms that once held me, then his tapered waist where his black boxers met his skin. Goosebumps formed along my skin as I remembered him holding me like I was the air he needed to breathe. Oh, the things he'd whispered as he made love to me. "Sawyer, you make me question everything." And then everything had changed. With an innocent tone and a smile to match, I asked, "So, do you like? I figured you'd want to keep the Christmas spirit going a little longer, at least until New Year's." He threw his hands in the air and walked out. As he turned, the tattoo on his left shoulder caught my attention. It was a bar of music. Reading music wasn't a skill I'd ever needed to learn, so I had no idea what it meant. The one time I asked, he'd pulled away, so I left it alone. From that point forward, Kurt slowly withdrew from me. By the time I'd returned to Orlando, I'd completely lost him. From the hallway, he muttered, Why, fucking why me?" Something about the way he said it, like all this was my fault, irritated me. I pushed the covers aside and marched out of the room toward the sound of him banging around the kitchen. I came around the corner and folded my arms across my chest. You know, I'm not the one who started this war. I still don't have my stuff back. My room is still covered in reverent shit. And, I might add, I still haven't found all the sticky notes you randomly hid around the house. So please tell me, what is your problem? Kurt pulled the milk jug out of the refrigerator and drank straight from it. He knew how I hated that. Little things like that drove me nuts, but I couldn't stop the attraction to him. Insane, total stupidity. He turned to face me as he chugged, eyebrow raised as if daring me to challenge him. I narrowed my eyes at him. We had officially moved to the fighting stage of our little cycle. A weariness came over me. I was tired of whatever this was between us. Get a grip. Otherwise, he'll only egg me on worse. Maybe if I misplace his beloved leather jacket. No, I will not stoop lower. He continued to bang around the kitchen after he put the lid back on the jug, albeit crookedly. I ground my teeth when he put it in the wrong spot in the fridge. I was distracted by the muscles in his back as they rippled with tension. Deep breaths. "What are you looking for?" I asked. "I don't know. Something. I can't sleep." "Me either. Wonder why." If I could add any more sarcasm to my voice, I'd be considered overdramatic. Well, maybe I was that anyway, but only when it was warranted, like when a certain Mr. Rockstar needed to be put in his place. Over his shoulder, he glanced my way, his eyes piercing mine. The dark rings under his showed his exhaustion. Softer, he asked, "Why can't you?" "Why can't you?" I retorted. No way was I going to make a fool of myself and expose what was going on until he made the first move. His eyebrow rose in an "Are you